to Would I Lie to You, the show with tall tales and tantalising truths on David Mitchell's team tonight. A comedian who used to sell furniture, a shabby dresser, a knackered tall boy, a leathery old poof. It didn't matter what people shouted at him, he carried on selling that furniture. It's Micky Flanagan. And a TV star who's most famous for presenting the BBC News. Reading autocue can be tricky. You've got to make sure you don't accidentally wrong the word say. It's Fiona Bruce. And on Lee Mack's team tonight, a presenter who last year came top of a poll for TV's most irritating haircut. A decision still being contested by Micky Flanagan's lawyers. It's Claudia Winkleman. Lock up your daughters, sisters, mothers, aunts and grannies. It's Steve Jones. So we begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists each read out a statement from the card in front of them. Now, to make things harder, they've never seen the card before. They've no idea what they'll be faced with, and it's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Tonight we start with Micky.
I once livened up a lacklustre hen do by taking my clothes off for the ladies.
I don't know much about religious cultures. What is a lacklustre hen do?
Hen do.
Oh, there was a misunderstanding.
Where were you?
Yeah, I was in Menorca. There was a group of girls sort of wandering around a little bit forlorn, like, you know.
Was it a restaurant, Micky? A town square, a restaurant? What was it?
It was in a sort of restaurant bar type thing.
I know what you mean, yeah.
With an outside area.
Who were you with?
I was with my now wife and someone else's wife and, you know... I just went around asking various wives if they fancied to spend time in Spain with me.
So what did you do again?
I could see the girl sort of walking around tables talking to men. And then suddenly she came up to me and said, "Oh, would you do a strip for us?"
And your now wife and your then wife were like, go ahead.
My wife's a very open-minded person.
Hey,
and,
you don't have to tell me about it. So she said, will you do a strip?
To be honest with you, I initially said no. And it was my wife who went, "You should do it."
Why?
Because I'm a great dancer.
Micky, is there any chance you could give us some visual proof? Because you just said you're a great dancer. If I could see a bit, then I may believe the story a bit more.
No, to be honest, I can't remember what I did.
Oh! See you, I see.
Peer group pressure.
Yeah, it's not a group, really. It's just one person who's shouting, "Come on," with a TV recording.
It can spread, though, Dave. Yeah. I've seen it spread.
So go on, Micky. So there you were, in the restaurant. Your wife said, "Go on, Micky, have a strip." What happened next?
I sort of then had to set the scene.
Set the scene?
Did you have props?
Not props, but I know I need a stage and a pole.
I don't think male strippers have poles, do they?
Why not? A man can swing round a pole, can't he?
I think you're thinking of Morris dance.
I told him to play Keep Your Hat On, classic. And I sort of just improvised from there,
So just
really.
by complete coincidence, they had the song you asked for?
Yeah, well, I went and checked with the DJ.
What kind of restaurant was it?
I would say dubious. I think the sort of restaurant where there's a DJ and a pole, you start to doubt the quality of the paella.
And how much did you take off?
I sort of got to my pants, and then I could see across the restaurant, bar, diner, alfresco area. My wife went to meet...
Even though 10 minutes earlier she said, you should strip for them, they're sad, they're having a rubbish time.
I said she was open-minded. She's got standards.
No, she hasn't.
What are you thinking, Lee?
I don't know. This is a tough one because there's something about Micky that says he would do it.
Of course he would.
This is not real. It's horribly vague. It's all over the shop.
So you think it's a lie? You think it's...
I think it's totally true.
We'll go with true.
OK, Micky, truth or lie?
It is true.
Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Laura. So, Fiona, what is Laura to you?
This is Laura. She fell asleep when she came on the Antiques Roadshow while an expert was valuing her egg cups.
Micky, how do you know Laura?
This is Laura. She owns my local chippy. And she said if I got her close to Steve, she would give me free chips for the rest of the year.
Finally, David, what's your relationship with Laura?
This is Laura. She's the first woman I ever bought flowers for. I gave them to her to say sorry for being sick on her floor.
So there we are. Fiona's conked-out collector, Micky's chip shop chum, or David's bouquet buddy. Lee's team.
OK, so, Micky, when was this incident?
It's not an incident. It's built up over time, because I've been going in there and Laura says to me, oh, I've seen you on the TV, and we got chatting. And she's always going on about Steve. Oh, you ever work with Steve? And I'm like,
and this is just coincidence.
He's young and good-looking. I'm like, yeah, thanks.
What's the name of the chip shop, Micky?
The Zappian.
The what?
The Zappian.
What does that mean?
Zappian.
I don't know. Not everything makes sense in the world.
All I know is I used to live very near you, as you know, and I don't remember...
Hence the court case.
Yeah. I don't remember the Zappian chip shop.
I sort of stumbled on it, if anything. It was sort of en route, because I would normally go to the Codfather, as you know, in East Dulwich.
I prefer the new one, the Codfather 2. Set the scene and talk us through the moment when you knew you were going to be on with Steve and you had this thing to tell. How did it go?
I come in with my little boy, Friday night tradition, we go and get fish and chips, right? Okay.
I know you see your boy on a Friday night.
Yeah, but he finishes band. He finishes band. I get the tag removed for the evening, and we go and pick it up. I walk in and I say to her, I'm only on with that Steve Jones who you always go on about, like, you know, roughly that. We have a chat. This is what.
And she says.
And she said, "Could you get me on the show? I'd love to meet him. Could you?" And I said, "Yeah, I think I can."
Yeah.
I didn't run round there and knock her up in the morning.
Micky, no one doubts what you'll do for a free bag of chips.
Laura, can you look at me, Laura?
Laura's not allowed to speak, Steve.
No, she's not speaking. She's just looking at me.
She's not allowed
I don't want her to speak. I just want her to
drowning, Steve.
No. She's not allowed to look at me.
No.
She can look at you.
Oh, that's all I want. I'm not going to speak to her.
That's how it always starts, isn't it? Now, is this close enough,
He
do you
wants to see
think?
if she looks adoringly, doesn't he? That's the thing.
She couldn't look any less interested.
This lady does not care for me. Not at all. Not in the slightest. Nothing.
And yet, you watch what happens now. OK. Fiona, were you the person interviewing her when she fell asleep?
No. It was one of our experts, Will Farmer, who's a ceramic specialist, and so he was the one who was talking to her.
So you didn't witness this event, this is something you found out later?
No, I did witness it, because I saw it on the monitor. I waited to see what would happen, because I thought it was pretty funny.
Thought it was funny. I think this woman just died. She's going to be an antique soon.
You'd be surprised how often people do fall asleep on the roadshow, because it's a very long day.
I wouldn't.
Oh. Yeah.
How many egg cups was it?
Well, I don't know how many were in the entire collection, but on the table were about a dozen.
Sorry.
Are you sure?
Sorry.
You ask.
No, please.
Did you...
I promise you, right, I won't do it again. Claudia, have you got a question?
I do. Did Laura immediately say, yes, I've fallen asleep? Like, was she open about falling asleep, or did she wake up and do that thing where, I think I've got away with this?
She kind of went like that.
How much?
Tell me the period of time from when you noticed her falling asleep to when she woke up.
It was only about 30 seconds, probably. It's not,
30
not that.
That's a long time on television to have someone falling asleep.
Yeah,
This didn't end up in the finished show,
It didn't.
No. And Laura
I'm
was
sorry,
embarrassed.
because the egg cups weren't quite interesting enough.
Oh, dear. OK, David, tell us your fact again, if you can remember it.
Well, she's the first woman I ever bought flowers for, and it was to say sorry for being sick on her floor.
Right.
When was this?
I was a student, so it would have been in the mid-90s.
Was it a party?
It was sort of... there were a group of people that had gone back to her room after being in a
David,
bar.
just so you know, that's called a party.
Well, no, well... what I'm saying is invitations hadn't been issued.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to...
There's a gang of you, you've gone back,
Yeah.
you're drunk. At what point do you throw up? You are not awful.
Claudia, wait a minute. We don't know if he was drunk or not. He may have just...
Were you drunk?
I was drunk.
OK, he's drunk.
So you get back to the room, you put on some music. What do you do?
Well, there was definitely drinking.
Yes.
I think there might have been crisps.
Right.
I'll tell you what, all the clues are saying party.
Yeah.
It is looking that way, isn't it?
There was a brief round of musical statues, but it didn't really... I remember sitting on a sofa and drinking, and
Right.
then it goes a bit... my memory fades slightly.
Oh.
So I think I might have fallen asleep,
Before that.
dozed off, passed out.
And then you wake up and you think, I'm not going to make it. Do you ask for a bucket?
No, I didn't think I was going to die. I don't remember much. I remember I wake up, I'm definitely going to be sick in a minute, and I essentially have enough time to lean forward. And then someone produces a bin. Sort
Yes.
of, I would say, 60% of the way through the process.
And what about the flowers? When did they come into it?
The next day. I woke up the next day and felt very hungover and quite guilty.
Did she clean it up? Did she say...
I think
Didn't
she
ask?
cleaned it up, but
OK.
I certainly... what I didn't say is, here's some flowers, and if it's still festering there, I'll go and clean it up now.
All right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team. Is Laura
confused.
Fiona's conked-out collector, Micky's chip shop chum, or David's bouquet buddy?
Who do you want to rule out?
Mickey.
You want to rule Mickey out?
The Zappian? What? Who? What?
So you want to rule out Mickey for no other reason than the name of the chip shop?
The other thing is, I don't want to get pernickety, but unless Mickey has some magical line to the producer who goes, who's on 3 weeks in advance, I found out who I was with, I think, today. Like, I don't think you know that far.
To be honest with you, Claudia, some people get booked well in advance.
Was it just me? I think she went to university with David and he threw up on her carpet.
Mitchell's not vomiting on people's carpets. He's a class act.
The one thing you can say about vomit is that everyone's done it, including the Queen.
That is treason! You conjuring up the image in people's minds of Her Majesty hunched over the toilet bowl, heaving and heaving and heaving. You disgust me. Her crown falling in, picking it out, giving it a rinse.
Right, so Claudia, you're saying David. You're saying... Mickey. We'll go with Mickey.
OK, you're saying
Go
it's
with
Mickey.
Right, Mickey.
OK, yeah. Right. Laura, would you please reveal your true identity?
My name is Laura, and David gave me flowers after he was sick on his car.
Yes, Laura is David's bouquet buddy. Thank you, Laura. Thank you very much. Which brings us to our quickfire round, Quickfire Lies, and we start with... It's Fiona.
I have a recurring dream in which a monkey in silver hot pants feeds me soup from a bowler hat.
Oh!
Please, team.
Do you find primates attractive?
It's that primates find me attractive.
Well, we've seen that with Mickey earlier.
When was the first time you had this dream?
I've been having this dream since adolescence.
OK, what kind of monkey is it?
I don't know exactly what type. It's a bit like a capuchin monkey. It's quite small.
Are they the ones with the frothy bit and the chocolate on their head?
How does the dream affect you when you wake from a night having had this dream? Do you awake fulfilled? Are you a better... That's not what I meant, and you know that. Do you wake in a good frame of mind, or are you troubled?
I am satisfied. I am sated. I'm replete.
Where are you in the dream when the monkey's Is he feeding you, you say?
What are you wearing?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, what are you wearing?
I never noticed that. It doesn't form part of the dream.
Do you think there's any amorous connotations to this dream? You know, you got the little Kylie Minogue hot pants on. Probably why you can't get it out of your head. And you've got...
So what do you think? Could this be true?
I think it's so brilliant. But I think Fiona might just be a fantastic liar.
She was very quick on her answers. I think it was...
True.
I think it's true.
Let's go true.
We'll go with true.
OK. Fiona Bruce, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Oh!
No!
You did it
Yes, a lie. Fiona doesn't have a recurring dream where a monkey in silver hot pants feeds her soup from a bowler hat. Next. It's Lee.
Oh, possession.
Right. There should be a box under your desk. Would you first of all read the card out and then take the possession out and pop it on the desk?
This is the set of keys I carry around with me every day. I know what every single one is for. Apart from one.
OK. Box back on the floor. Just take us through the set of keys, Lee, in your own time.
OK.
Please don't feel you have to rush.
It's not saying his own time. It's all of our time, really, isn't it? But, OK, carry on.
So, now, I've got 3 keys that look very similar, so I have to put those little things on to give you the different colours. And these colours help me a lot, because that's for the blue door, that's for the green door, that's for the yellow door. Yes. Now, I'll never forget, because the blue door is blue, the yellow door is yellow, and the green one is my next-door neighbour, Shakin' Stevens.
Yeah. And, what lies behind those doors?
So that's my front door key.
Yeah.
And that's
Which genuinely is a blue door, my front door. OK?
OK.
The green one genuinely is my next-door neighbour's key, but it isn't Shakin' Stevens. I'm not an idiot. It's Howard Jones. And the yellow one is the key for the door at the back of the house. Now, this one, that's the key for the front door, the bottom lock. What do you call that?
Bolt.
Yes, I wish I could. This unusual-looking key, that's for the money chest. Money chest. That's for a small tin that we keep some money in.
Right.
And some things that we don't want the kids to see.
Why don't you want the kids to see money? And what else don't you want the kids to see?
I don't mind them seeing the money. It's the other things I don't want them to see.
Like what?
The remains.
So, OK, that's where you keep your money and the remains of those who you've killed.
Yes. Then you've got PBU. That's that one there.
What does PBU stand for?
PBU on the keyring?
Yes.
It's the place for bins, you. It's a little...
Just like that!
Yeah.
He couldn't have made that up. It's true.
We've got one of those outside little shed things you're supposed to put the bins in to make it look tidy. And my wife constantly comes out and says, "There's a place for the bins, you!" And to help me remember, that's the key, I put PBU on the thing.
So you give yourself the job of remembering the night before the bin men are coming to go out, unlock these bins. Every time you go to put some rubbish away, you unlock the bin.
No.
This is none of this...
Because the shed that the bins are kept in doesn't have the lock. The gate leading to the shed that the bins are...
What's going in these bins?
My wife creating things more of the bins than me. Then we've got this little baby here. Oh, this tells a story. This one is for the safe. But the safe, bizarrely, it was already in the house and it's behind a picture. How exciting. The key has never fitted. We never know what's in the safe.
Now, what is the picture in front of the safe?
The picture in front of the safe?
Yeah.
Oh, that picture.
You know the safe that doesn't exist?
Well,
There's a picture that doesn't exist in front of it.
This is
What's
the bit.
it of?
It's obviously a painting of your bins.
This is the bit. This is the bit you're going to find.
That must never be taken
This is
from
the
house.
bit you're going to find crazy. It's a picture of the safe. No, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And this, David, is the key to your heart. It's not. That is to the side passage. And it's quite annoying. It's quite annoying to get through the side passage because I have to open the gated community to the bins, and that takes me through to the side passage, which I open. And that's all the keys apart from this one. Do you know what that one's for, Fiona? Nobody knows.
And how did you get that key?
That key. Just give it to... this is the bit that's not funny, and I don't want any jokes. My great-grandfather fought in the First World War, and he had a key round his neck, and we don't know what the key was for, but it was passed on. He gave it to his father. His father gave it to his father.
He gave it to his father, so he passed it on backwards in time.
All I will say is, just in summary, I'm not pitching it to you because it is true, but if you don't believe it, quite simply, the story is simple. What is there not to believe? I come home, I make sure the side-gated community to the bins are unlocked so I can get the bins out, leave them on a Tuesday, I let you open the side passage, I get in, lock the side passage, come through to the house, open the safe by moving the picture, but I can't open the safe, I always forget, I close the safe, I get the tin, open it up, move the eyeballs, get the money out, close the tin, open the thing, back inside, straight to the front door, which is blue, go out, feed Howard Jones's cat next door, who I accidentally said was Shaking Stevens. What part of that are you telling me?
So what are you going to say, David? What does your team think?
I think we're going to say it's a lie.
Saying it's a lie. Lee? Was it the truth or was it a lie?
It was a lie.
And that noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show. And I can reveal that David's team have won by 3 points to 2. But it's not... Individual liar of the week this week is Steve Jones.
Thank you.
Yes, who'd have thought it? Wales's best-looking man telling Steve Jones that he's the liar of the week. Good night.